All right, this is Mr. Whipple. I'm doing Studies Weekly 6. Do we really need a Bill of Rights? The year is 1787. Debate about the Constitution continues. The Federalists think that the Constitution protects individual rights. Founding fathers, including George Washington, Alexander Hamilton, Benjamin Franklin, and James Madison, do not see the need for further protections. On the other side, anti-federalists, including Thomas Jefferson, Patrick Henry, and George Mason, do not think the Constitution goes far enough protecting individual rights. They want these rights spelled out in the Constitution. Thomas Jefferson writes a letter to James Madison. Why such a big debate? Much of the reason for the insistence on a Bill of Rights comes from the colonists and their experience under British rule. They had just been ruled by a king who had unlimited powers. It is a big responsibility to create a new form of government, and they wanted to make sure it did not turn out to be like a monarchy. The Anti-Federalists insisted on adding specific rights for individuals. They believed this would complement the main body of the Constitution and give an extra layer of protection for individual rights. The Anti-Federalists, led by Thomas Jefferson, succeeded. After the Constitution was ratified, the Bill of Rights was added. Citizens now enjoyed extra protections. Some of these protections are broad, such as freedom of speech or freedom of religion. Other amendments are very limited, such as prohibiting quartering of soldiers. Again, these can be traced back to the colonial experiences. The British Army was allowed to force owners to quarter or host their soldiers. The Founding Fathers wanted to be sure that that would not happen again, so they wrote the very specific Third Amendment. In modern times, more general amendments, such as free speech, the right to bear arms, or protection from cruel and unusual punishment, often are used when arguing in court. Because they are so broad, there are many ways to interpret them. Does the right to free speech mean that you can yell fire in a crowded space where there is no fire? The courts decided that you do not have that right. Does free speech mean students can choose not to say the Pledge of Allegiance? The court decided that it does. The writers of the Constitution could not predict what society would look like today. Do you think they wrote these amendments broadly on purpose? Good question.